Hello friends, today I'm going to show you how to draw a 2D house plan in AutoCAD. After you have completed this tutorial, you'll be able to draw a 2D house plan from scratch, dimensioning it, and plot it with a PDF print drive that comes with AutoCAD. Then you can take the PDF file to any printing press if you don't have a plotter or a printer. If you have AutoCAD already running in the background, go ahead and type units. Press enter. This will open the drawing units dialog box. But if your version of AutoCAD starts with the getting started screen, go to the quick access toolbar. As for the moment, there are only 3 icons in the quick access toolbar. The first one, which says new, click it once to open the select templates dialog box. Select a card and click open. A new drawing open start with the a card template dialog box. Now click the arrow next to the big red letter A and move down your cursor to drawing utility. Pause for a second, another menu will open. Now go up and click unit. This opens the drawing units dialog box. As you can see, all of the settings are in this dialog box related to the templates that you start with. This is the advantage to start your drawing with templates. When you start a drawing with templates, there are already some presets that you don't have to waste time to go and set them again. Also, you can create your own custom template and do all the necessary settings. The next time you want to do any drawing with a similar setting, there is no need for you to go and waste time and do all that setting again. We will discuss more about how to create a custom template in the upcoming tutorial. So if you're interested on how to create a custom template, please subscribe to my channel. Click the down arrow against decimal and select architectural. Change the precision to 1/8. Unit to scale inserted content. Set it to inches if it's not already in inches. Click OK to close the drawing units dialog box. Save your drawing to a convenient location. That way, if you have a power failure or your system crash, you will not lose your job. It's a standard practice to save your drawing very often. Go to the quick access toolbar and click the save icon. This will open the save drawing as dialog box. Now navigate to a convenient location and create a folder for the tutorials that you download in this channel. I'm going to save mine in a folder that I create in the desktop, YouTube. Then I'm going to name it Designing a 2D the house plan. You can give it whatever name you want to give it, as long as you know the location where you save your file. That way, the next time that you want to review your work, it's be very easy for you. Click save. Go to the home tab, layer panel, and click the layer properties button. This will open the layer properties manager. Position your mouse cursor at the edge of the layer properties manager and your mouse chain to a double-headed arrow. Click and drag to the right so that you can see all of the columns in the layer properties manager. Now, to create a new layer, as you can see, we have only one layer. For example, this is the status of the layer. This is the name column. This is the on and off state of the layer. This is the freeze and thaw state of the layer. This is the lock and unlock state of the layer. I'm not going to explain all of this tab. If you want to know more about layer, please subscribe for upcoming tutorial. I'm going to create a tutorial which focus on layer. Now click the new button. When you do, AutoCAD creates a new layer named layer 1. Layer 1 is highlighted, so you can rename it immediately. But if you don't rename layer 1, then you click the new layer button for the second time, AutoCAD creates another layer named layer 2. If you click for the third time, AutoCAD creates another layer named layer 3, and so on. But the problem is that if you create so many layers, for example, you create up to 10 or more layers, it's very difficult for you to understand which objects are on what layer. So it's a standard practice to rename your layer according to the object that you want to draw on that particular layer. For example, I can create a layer named window. Then when I want to design my windows, I make that layer current so that all my windows can go into that layer. Create another layer named door. When I want to design my doors, I set that layer current. All my doors can go to that layer. So it's very easy for you to control your drawing. Sometimes, if you want to edit, you find out certain objects in your drawing are obstructing the editing process, you can turn off that layer, or it freeze that layer, or just lock it. That way you can edit the layer that you want to edit. When you finish edit, you bring it back to the state where it was before you start the editing process. The layer properties manager has several columns, and all these columns, each one of these columns represents a different state or properties of the layer. In this area, these are the state of the layer, and from this area, these are the properties of the layer. Now let's rename the first layer, layer 1, by select it, then click once. Now layer 1 is highlighted. All you need to do, type dim, short for dimension. That way, when we want to dimension our drawing, we set the dim layer current so that all our dimension can go to that layer. So if we want to do some edit, we found that the dimension obstructs our editing process, all we need to do, turn the dim layer off or freeze it. Select layer 2 and click it once. Now rename layer 2 to door. Select layer 2 and click it once. Rename layer 3 to furniture. Select layer 4 once and click once, and rename layer 4 to plant. Rename all the layers according to what you see on the screen. For layer 5, I'm going to rename it to plum bin. Layer 6 to veranda. Layer 7 to VP for viewport. Layer 8 wall. Layer 9 window. And layer 10 to wardrobe. So we have renamed all our layers. Now all we need to do, we need to change some of the properties of the layer. For the line type column, let's leave the line type as continuous for all of our layer. For the color, let's change some of the color. For the dim layer, let's change it. As you can see, all the colors, the default colors are white, which is the index color number 7. So let's change the dim layer, the color of the dim layer to the index color number 6, which is magenta. Then the index color for the door layer to the index color number 3, which is green. Furniture, the index color for the furniture. Let's select index color 33 for the furniture. For the plant, index color 100. Let's change the plumbing color to the index color 21. Veranda, let's leave it to the index color 7, which is white. VP, let's change it to the index color 1, which is red. Wall, let's leave it to the index color number 7, which is white. Window, let's change it to the index color number 5, which is blue. And wardrobe, let's change it to the index color number 40. Now the color properties of the layer has been set. Next, we need to set the line width properties of the layers. Sometimes it's very difficult for you to know the properties of the particular layer you want to change. If that be the case, all you need to know, click here once. The row of that layer is highlighted. So any property that you want to change, you will change the right properties of the right layer. Now let's change the line width of the dim layer from default to 0.3 millimeter. Select the door row, then hold down your shift key and click the veranda row. That way you can change, if you want to change a property to a series of layers. For example, in this case, we want to change the line width of the door, furniture, plant, plumbing, veranda with a same line width. So all you need to do, select all the layers that you want to have the same property and click that particular property. Select 0.3 and click OK. As you can see, all the 4 layers, the line width of the 4 layers are changed. Change it to 0.3, VP 2.5, change wall to a thicker line width. This way you need to hold down the scroll bar and move down the window and select a thicker line width. For example, 0.6 millimeter. Click OK. For the window, change it to 0.3 and leave the wardrobe as a default. Now we need one more thing to do. We need to set the plottable state of the VP layer to non-plottable. Any layer that you set to non-plottable state will not going to be plot. You can draw on that layer, but any objects that you draw on that layer is not going to be plot. Click this button once. When you see the international no sign against the printer icon, it means that layer is set to non-plottable state. Click the X button to close the layer properties manager and click the save button to save your drawing. Now that our drawing and layer being set up, let's go and start to draw our house plan. In this tutorial, we're going to draw a house plan 30 feet by 20 feet. There is so many ways, so many methods to draw a house plan. But in this tutorial, we are not going to strict on one method. All we need to do for the moment, we just try to draw a house plan since this tutorial for beginners. Maybe the same house plan, we're going to use different technique so that you can understand and make your choice the type of method that you want to use when you want to design a house plan or other thing that you may want to design in AutoCAD. For example, you can use the line command to draw a house plan, the polyline command, the construction line, the ray, but in this house plan we're going to start with the rectangle command. Since the house plan that we want to draw is 30 feet by 20, let's go to the home tab, draw panel, and click the rectangle command. When you look at the dynamic inputs, the dynamic inputs says specifying first corner point or. Let me explain a little bit about the dynamic inputs. If you want to get the full prompt of any command, you need to watch on the command line. As you can see, if you look at the command line says rectangle specifying first corner point or, chamfer, elevation, fillet, thickness, width. All of these are options for the rectangle command. As you can see, this option has the first letter with a blue color. This is not always the case. Sometimes the first letter is remain as a lowercase and the second letter is uppercase with blue color. But for this command, all the first letter are in uppercase and also with a blue color. So if you want to use any of this option in any rectangle, anything you use the rectangle command, just go and enter the first letter, type the first letter on your keyboard, press enter. AutoCAD automatically place you in that option. So in our case, we just need to specify the first point and use the default option, which is we want to start our rectangle in the origin of AutoCAD, which is 0 x-axis and 0 y-axis. Now press the 0 key on your keyboard. So this tells AutoCAD that you want to start this rectangle in the x-coordinate 0, then the y-coordinate for the moment, the cursor position is 1 feet 5 inches. Now we need to enter the y-coordinate. But if I enter another 0 again, as you can see, the 0 goes back to the first input, which is the x-coordinate input. So I'm going to backspace once to pull the 1 0. How do I tell AutoCAD that I want to enter the next coordinate, which is the y coordinate? So there is a two way of doing it. Number one, by pressing the comma key or by pressing the tab key. In this case, I'm going to use the comma key. In the next input, I may use the tab key so that you can understand. You can have a confidence that the two keys have the same function in AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, there is no one or two way of doing things, more than one or two way of doing things. Now press your comma key. AutoCAD lock the 0. Any input now you enter goes straight to the y-axis. In the y-axis, we need another coordinate of 0. Press enter. As you can see, AutoCAD draw the rectangle temporarily from the starting point, then a rectangle is being temporarily drawn to the present position of the cursor. The present position of the cursor is 1 foot 1 1/4 in the x-axis, as you can see in the dynamic input, and 1 foot 5 in the y-axis. You can activate and deactivate the dynamic input. If you want to know more about this dynamic input, please subscribe for upcoming tutorial. So we need the opposite corner. AutoCAD asks us for specifying the other corner. The other corner, since our house plan is 30 feet by 20 feet, so all we need to do, we need to enter 30 feet, 20 feet. Now, if I enter 30, then I press comma, AutoCAD interprets this to be 2 feet 6. When you divide the 30 inches into 12, the answer is 2.5. So therefore, AutoCAD do the calculation and interprets the 30 inches into 2 feet 6. So how do you tell AutoCAD that you want to enter feet? all you need to do, press the coach symbol on your keyboard. That way, AutoCAD understand that you want to enter in feet. In AutoCAD, with the architectural unit setting, any unit that you enter with no symbol, is AutoCAD interprets it to be inches. If you enter it with a single coach symbol, AutoCAD interprets it to be feet. If you enter it with a double coach symbol, AutoCAD also interprets it to be inches. As you can see in the dynamic input, the Y coordinate says 1 foot 5 inches. You see the double quote after the 5, but sometimes there is no need for you to enter the double quote, because in AutoCAD with architectural unit setting, when you enter any figure with no symbol, AutoCAD interprets it into inches. So why are you wasting time entering the code? The option is up to you. Now press the tab key. This time around, we're not going to use the comma key. We'll use the tab key so that you can familiar with all of the two functions. Now press the tab key. AutoCAD lock the 30 feet. As you can see, the rectangle extends to the right. Now enter 20 coach for the feet, press enter. The rectangle is being drawn, but the rectangle is off the screen. So we need to zoom out so that we can see our rectangle completely. There is a command for it. All you need to do, move your mouse cursor to the right of the drawing area and look for this bar. This bar named the navigation bar. You can use this bar to navigate your drawing. So all you need to do, press the zoom extent button. You see all your rectangle. If you have so many objects in your drawing, when you use this zoom command, the extent command, everything will display on your screen. Sometimes you want to select this zoom extent command, only to find out that the zoom extent is not available. The problem is that the zoom extent is available, but there is so many zoom in this navigation bar. All you need to do, click this down arrow and select any zoom that you want to use. You see, as I change to any zoom that I select, AutoCAD automatically updated. And any zoom command that you use, it will remain above until you change it in AutoCAD drawing season. Now let's select the zoom extent again and press escape on your keyboard and click the down arrow and select zoom extent. Now we'll see all of our rectangle. We want our wall to be 6 inches. So all we need to do, we don't need to draw the rectangle again. If we want, we can if we want to, but there is no need for us to do that. All you need to do, copy this rectangle with a given distance. How do you do that? Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, and select a command name Offset. What offset do is that it takes one object and copy it to a new location with a specific distance. Now, when you select the offset command at default, AutoCAD asks you, if you look at the dynamic input says specifying offset distance or. After the word or, you see a down arrow. It means there is another options left on display. Then you see the word through. Why you see the word through is highlighted is the default option. If you look at the command line, you see specifying offset distance or through erase layer. So these three options that is not displaying the dynamic inputs, that's why it makes you see a down arrow against the word specifying offset distance or. If you click the down arrow, you see the same option. So now since through is the default and we want to use through, all we need to do, press enter. Now if I select the rectangle, then I move the mouse cursor, I can offset this rectangle to any point that I click. As you can see, as I move my cursor, you see AutoCAD updates the distance in the input above. All the same, if I want to enter precise distance, all I need to do, just enter the unit that you want and press enter. So AutoCAD offset the rectangle 6 inches from the previous one. Now this rectangle, the first rectangle is 30 feet by 20 feet, and the second rectangle should be 29 feet by 19 feet. So now if I select rectangle, then as you can see, I have only 2 objects on the screen. How do you prove that? Hold down your control key and press the number 1 key on the alphanumeric key. This will bring the property palette. The property palette, as you can see, it says polyline in bracket 2. The word polyline tells you that the rectangle itself is a polyline. Let me explain about polyline in a minute. Polyline is a series of connected lines and arc considered to be one object. Since we select 2 polyline, that's why you see the number 2 in bracket. So if we have selected more than 2 polyline, you will also see the word polyline and the number of the polyline that we selected in bracket. But if you select polyline and other lines, AutoCAD doesn't display anything. It just says varies because you select different objects. Now, close the properties palette. Then go to the Home tab and Modify panel and click this Explode command once. When you do, AutoCAD explode the polyline into single lines. Now each rectangle has 4 sides, so the 4 sides become single line. Now if I zoom out a bit by rolling the mouse wheel towards me, then I click in this area. I move down the mouse cursor to make a crossing window and click again. I select all the 2 rectangles again. But this time around, if I hold down the control key and I press the number 1 key in the new alphanumeric key, you see this time around, instead of the properties palette says polyline, it says line. In bracket, you see the number instead of 2, this time around number 8. This shows that we select lines and the number of line is 8. Press escape to deselect the rectangle and close the properties dialog box. Now we have set the outer edge of our house plan. So next, go to the Home tab, Modify panel, and click the Offset command. AutoCAD asks again, specifying offset distance or throw. This time around, we are going to specify the offset distance. The offset distance this time around, let's enter 13 feet 6 inches. Don't forget to enter the symbol and the 6. Once again, a warning. When you press the spacebar in AutoCAD equivalent to enter. So if you want to enter 13 feet 6, after you have entered the 13 feet, you press the spacebar to give a space between the feet and the inches. AutoCAD automatically assume that you want to end the command by pressing enter. So there is no need for you to put a space in between the feet and inches. When you enter 13 and follow the feet symbol, which is the quotation, then you enter any symbol after that. AutoCAD understand any figure after the feet symbols to be inches. So press enter on your keyboard and select this line. Move to the right. As you can see, you see a temporal dimension display the distance between the line that you just select and to the new line that you want to copy. Click once to place the line. Now AutoCAD expects you to offset more objects. Indeed, we want to offset more objects, but the problem is that AutoCAD still has the 13 feet 6 in its memory. So now if I click this line again and I move it to the right or to the left. In this case, I'm going to move it to the right. You see, the 13 feet 6 that I used previously is still there, but that will not going to be a problem. All you need to do, you enter new unit, that unit override the previous unit. Now enter 6 inches on your keyboard and hold down the shift key and press the quote symbol again to get the double quote symbol. Press enter. Now I have already offset this line 6 inches to the right. Now you may doubt that I bring the double quote and I have told you that there is no need for you to do that. Yes, it's true. Even if I don't enter the double quote symbol, I'm still going to get the 6 inches. But the reason I do that, I just want you to understand, in AutoCAD, there is so many options to do things. Which option that you prefer, you think that this option can make me more productive, more efficient, that one is okay for you. Still, AutoCAD asks for offset distance. Now select this line, in this case the 5th vertical line. Click it once and move the mouse cursor to the left. You see this 13 feet 6 inches is still there. Now enter 4 feet 6 inches and press enter. Then select this line again and move the cursor to the left. Enter 6 inches. This time I'm not going to give it any symbol. Press enter. As you can see, AutoCAD offsets the line 6 inches to the left. Now click this line and move up and move it up. Enter 5 feet or 60 inches. AutoCAD can do the calculation for you. Whichever method you prefer is up to you. Press enter. Select this line again and move it up. Now enter 6 inches. Again, I'm not going to enter any symbol. AutoCAD offset the line 6 inches. Select this line again, move up and enter 3 feet. Press enter. Select this again and move it up. Now enter 6 inches. Press enter. Click the save button to the quick access toolbar. Now go to the home tab, modify panel and select trim so that we can clean up our drawing. But before I go further, some of this command, you see a down arrow next to the command. Let me explain a little bit about this arrow. Now, if I want to use the extend command, you look at the modify panel, there is no modify command. But if I click this down arrow, you see the extend command below the trim. So now if I select the extend command is the default. So in that case, if I want to use the trim command again, I also need to click the down arrow and select the trim command. The idea is that any command that you last use is going to be the default in a drawing season. The same thing goes to this other command like rectangle. When you click the rectangle command, you have the polygon command below it. When you click the ellipse command, you have the center ellipse, end, axis end method, and elliptical arc. So any command that you see it has a down arrow in it, there is another command beneath that command. Now let's select the trim command. AutoCAD give you the prompt, select object to trim or select all. The select object to trim, AutoCAD give you the prompt, select object or select all. The reason is that you need to select object which will be the cutting edge. For example, like the knife. When you want to cut a long stick or a board across a workbench, you need the saw to cut. So any line that you select, that line acts as the saw. So after you select, for instance, if I select this line acts as the saw. Let's consider this 4 parallel line in between as the board that we want to cut. Then if I press enter, AutoCAD asks select object to trim or shift to extend. Now I need to select the part that I want AutoCAD to trim off, not the part that I want it to remain. As you can see, if I hover the cursor here, you see a small box with a red X. Then that portion of the line become fainted. This shows that if I click, AutoCAD will eliminate this portion and leave the other part. So now all I need to do, click this area then AutoCAD eliminates them. So if I want to delete all of these 3 objects, all I need to do, click this, click this, click this. But this is a time consuming. Click this object 3 times. Then you start to ask yourself why this application is named AutoCAD. So the idea is very simple. All you need to do, click this area once, then you move down the mouse cursor, use a crossing window to select all 3D objects with 2 clicks rather than clicking them 3 times. So just imagine if you are drawing complex objects, you save one clicks for the rest of the day, maybe 2 days or a week. How many hours you're going to save? So all you need to do, click once, all the 3 objects has been eliminated. Again, go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Trim. Then select this object and this object, press Enter. To eliminate this, guys, eliminate this, then press Enter again. Now in AutoCAD, when you use a command, then you want to use the command that you just finish or end, press the Enter key. AutoCAD automatically will bring that command. So since the trim command gives us the prompt which says select object or select all, so in this case we are going to use the all option. Now press Enter. So all the objects in the drawing has become object to be cut or object to cut. In other words, all the objects in drawing in our workbench become the saw to be cut and also the timber to cut. Now we have another option if you look at in the dynamic input, which says select object to trim or shift to extend. Let's use this option. Let's try this option and see what it does. Now I'm in a trim mode. If I click this guy, AutoCAD eliminates it. Click here and you can zoom in to see your drawing clearly. Just all you need to do, push your mouse wheel forward, then AutoCAD will zoom in. Clean up this guy. Now zoom out and position your mouse cursor and push the mouse forward to zoom in. Now press the shift key and click this guy. When you do, AutoCAD extend the line instead of trim this line. Do the same thing for here. Then as you can see now, if I release my shift key, AutoCAD automatically bring me in the trim mode again. Click, 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 click to clean up your drawing, and hold down your shift key, extend this. Hold your middle mouse button, press it down like a button and move the drawing upwards. Click to clean up this area. Then you can pan and zoom by using the mouse wheel. When you move the mouse wheel forward, you zoom in. When you use it backward towards, you zoom out. When you want to move in a new location, you press down the mouse like a button so that your cursor change to hand. That way you can move to the direction that you want to see. Push the mouse forward to zoom in. Clean up this area. Shift and extend. I'm still in the zoom mode and doing all these things. Extend, clean up, press escape, click save. It's a standard practice to save your drawing very often. Now go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Offset. Specifying offset distance, enter 4 feet. Select this line and offset it off. Select this line and move the mouse cursor up, but don't click. Now enter 6 inches and press enter. Go to the Modify panel and select the trim command. Select all of these 4 lines and press enter. Now click to clean up this area. and position the mouse cursor in this area. Zoom in by pushing the mouse wheel forward and clean up your drawing. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Offset. Offset distance, enter 30 inches, press enter. Let's offset this area for the doors and the window of the toilet. Zoom out by drawing the mouse wheel backward towards you. Then go to the Home tab, Draw panel, and click the line command. Now we need move the mouse forward to zoom in this area. We want to draw a line in between these 2 points, so we need a midpoint object snap, and the midpoint object snap is not active and at the default. So all you need to do, hold down the shift key on your keyboard and right click. This will bring a shortcut menu. In this shortcut menu, select the midpoint object snap. When you do, now as you can see, you have a midpoint object snap in this area. Now you can use the intersection temporal snap and click. Your line has been drawn. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, and click the down arrow against trim, select extend. Press the space bar, then extend this line. Go to the Home tab again, Modify panel, Offset. Now press enter to accept the default, the previous 2 feet 6. Click and move the mouse cursor to the left. Click this short line you draw in the previous steps and enter 15 inches on your keyboard. Press enter. Click, move it down, enter 15 inches on your keyboard. Press enter. Now go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Trim. Just as I was saying, now the trim command is not the default. Click the down arrow and select the trim command. Press enter to clean up your drawing a little bit. Now you see another option in the command line. When you use a trim command, trim, you get the angle bracket. In the angle bracket, in the square bracket, you have the word fence, cross, projects, edge, erase, undo. All of these options are options that are associated with the trim command. Now, as I was saying, some of the first letter are in blue color, are in uppercase, but this is an exception with the word erase. The word erase, the first letter, which is letter E, is in lowercase, and the second letter, which is letter R, is in uppercase and in blue. The reason being that when you have a situation where 2 options start with the first letter, then AutoCAD ignore use the one as the first letter as the option, then the second one, AutoCAD try to use the second letter. But in a situation where you have 2 words where the first letters are the same, then the second letter of the other words, the second letter used in another option, AutoCAD decide for use, and so on. In this case, the erase option, instead of the first letter E, the R is the option for erase. Now enter R on your keyboard and press enter. Now you are in erase mode. Any object that you select at this present moment, when you finish the selection and press enter, AutoCAD will going to erase that object, delete that object from your drawing, and return you back to the trim mode. Press enter. As you can see, the short line is being erased, and we are now back to the trim mode. Now hold down your shift key to use the select object to trim or shift to extend option. So hold down your shift key to allow you so that you can use the shift extend option. Click, hold down and click these guys. Then now when you release the shift key, we are back in the trim mode. So let's trim this line. Press enter to end the command. Select this line and press delete on your keyboard. Click the zoom extent to see all of your drawing. Move in this area and pan it down a little bit. Now let's use another type of zoom. Click down the down arrow and select window. This allows you to create a window, then AutoCAD zoom into that window. Now if I click, when you want to use this option, all you need to do to click one corner, then click the opposite corner. As you can see, AutoCAD zoom this the area that I see, the area that are in the area where I specify the windows. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, and click the Trim command. Now press Enter. Eliminate. Click in this area to eliminate all of this stuff and also this stuff. This pan to see a little bit, or click the down arrow and select Zoom Extend to see all of your drawing and move to the area that you want to do more cleanup. Now go to the Home tab, Modify panel. As you can see, I'm still in the trim mode. I'm not going to press Enter or press Escape to cancel the command. But watch what will happen if I select a new command. In this case, I'm going to select Offset. Now, as you can see, I'm in the Offset command. When you select a new command while you are in another command, AutoCAD cancel the current command and start the new command. Now AutoCAD asks me for offset distance, so I'm going to enter 6 feet to create a window for this room. Click and offset. Then go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Offset. This time around I'm going to enter 3 feet for the offset. Sorry, this is 3 inches. Press Enter to end the command. Enter again. As you can see, the previous figure is 3 inches because I failed to enter the feet symbol. Now enter 3 feet on your keyboard and press Enter. Select this line, offset this line to the left. Select this line, move to the right, but don't click. Enter 18 inches, press Enter. Then select this line, move to the right and click. Again, I'm not going to cancel or press Enter to end the command. Move the mouse cursor, go to the Home tab, Modify panel, and select Trim. Select all these 3 vertical line and the 2 horizontal line in this area. Press Enter. Click this area and use a window selection. Click the opposite to clear up this area. Do the same thing to clean up the drawing. I think I do much. Go to the Home tab, Draw panel, Line. Click, press Enter. Click the Save button in the Quick Access toolbar. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Trim. Press Enter. Click to clean up the Windows area. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Offset. Enter 2 feet. 2 feet, 8 inches. Press Enter. Click, offset this line down. Now hold down your middle mouse button and move the drawing up. Select this object and offset it to the top. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Offset. Enter a distance of 6 feet. Press Enter. Offset this line at the top. Hold down the mouse button, the middle mouse button. Alright, this time around, go to the navigation bar and click this an icon. This will put you in a pan mode. Click and drag so that you can see the area that you want. When you're satisfied with what you see, press Escape once. This will bring you back to the command that's where you was before you select the pan command. Select this line and move it down. This offset this line 3 feet down. Now click the zoom extent to see your entire drawing. Now go to the home tab, modify panel, trim. Select this line and select this 4 horizontal line. Press enter. Now click to clean up this area. Clean up this area. Click, you see window selection and click. Click the zoom extent. Press escape. Now we want to draw a short line to get the center of this wall. That way we can offset 3 feet to the right, 3 feet to the left to make an open for our window. But the problem is that we don't have any midpoint object snap. So it's a time consuming anytime that we want to use the midpoint object snap to shift right click and activate the midpoint object snap. Now to avoid that, go to the status bar and click this down arrow against the off snap button. Then activate the midpoint object snap. All the object snap that has a check mark are activated. Those that don't have a check mark are deactivated. So all you need to do to activate any object snap to activate and deactivate any object snap in this window, click it once if it don't have a check mark to activate it, or click it once if it has a check mark to deactivate it. Now I activate the perpendicular object snap, I deactivate the center object snap and activate the midpoint object snap. Now go to the home tab, modify draw panel and click the line command. As you can see now the midpoint object snap is active. Click once, move down your mouse cursor and click. Press escape. Go to the home tab, modify panel, offset. Offset distance, enter 36 inches, press enter. Select the short line, move to the left. Select the short line, move to the right. Go to the home tab, modify panel, trim, press enter. Now clean up this area. Enter R on your keyboard for the erase option. Now click and press enter. Line is being. Now push your mouse, roll your mouse wheel backward to zoom out. Press escape. There is another method to copy objects from one point to another by using the mirror command. The main objective of the mirror is that when you select an object, AutoCAD asks you for a reflection line. For example, if I select these 2 lines, then I go to the home tab, modify panel, mirror. Then AutoCAD asks specifying first point of mirror line. Then this is my first point. Then AutoCAD asks specifying second point of the mirror line. It doesn't matter either move left or right. All AutoCAD wants me to do to create a reflection line. For example, when you stand in front of a mirror, you see yourself, you see your image in the other side. So the mirror is the boundary between you, the original person, and the other person, which is the image. So the same goes to AutoCAD. Now if I move this line to the right, as you can see, you see this line temporarily at the bottom. AutoCAD places this line at the bottom. If I move this line to the left, the same thing. It doesn't matter, the direction doesn't matter. What matters is the angle. But if I move this line into 45 degrees, you see AutoCAD mirror this line in the line that I just positioned. So the direction doesn't matter. What matters is the angle. As you can see, the new line. So now I'm going to mirror this line in a orthogonal angle, either 0 degree or 180 degree. Which method I prefer, it works for me best. Now click once. Then AutoCAD asks you, when you use the mirror command to copy object, you have 2 options. As you can see on the command line, erase source object, yes, no is the default. Now, if I select two objects, then I use the no option, which is the default. I end up with 4 objects, the 2 original one with the 2 new one. If I select 10 objects, then I mirror them. Then with the no option, I end up with 20 objects, the 10 original with the 2 copy. So AutoCAD copy the original objects to a new location. But if I use the yes option, what AutoCAD does is that AutoCAD move the object in the line that I specify. So instead of end up with new objects, the original object move to a new location. In this case, we need to have both of the objects. So I'm going to accept the default, which is the no option. You can type no or press enter since no is the default. So now these 2 objects are now in the new location. Go to the home tab, modify panel, and click the trim command. Press enter to clean up this drawing. Now the other problems, these are the walls of the house plan. But as you can see, the current layer is 0. Now, if I select these 2 lines, they are in the layer 0. To verify that, hold down your control key and click down the number 1 key in the alphanumeric keypad. This will open the properties palette. You see, the properties palette seal line. The color is white and is by layer. It means the color of the layer dictates for the color of the line. The layer is 0, the line type is by layer, blah blah. Now let me close the properties palette, then back to my drawing, press escape. So all I need to do, this is not a difficult task, since all the objects are displaying the screen. I'm going to select this, all of my objects, then click the down arrow and select wall. But before I do, I just want to show you something. Now let me press escape, and there is another button which I want to activate in the status bar, but at the moment I don't see the button at all in this area, which is the line width button. The line width button can allow us to toggle the line width. So this is not a big deal. All I need to do, press this button. This will bring all of the different modes are in these areas. The mode that has a check mark, it means they are displayed. The mode that doesn't have a check mark, it means they are not activated. For example, if you look at let's look for the line width. This is the line width. I want you to position your eyes to watch on the status bar. When I click, you see this action will bring it in the station bar. If I deactivate it, it's gone. So sometimes when you activate all of this, you don't have enough room for them. That's why you can only bring the one that you know you're going to use very often. Some of them that you hardly use, you can only bring them when you need them. Now, since I need this line width, I'm going to leave this one check, then click in the drawing area to close that window. Now, if I click the line width, any drawing that have a thicker line width, it will be displayed on the screen. But as for now, it's different. You see no different on the screen because the line width of the default line width of layer 0, it has a default line width, and the default line width is not thick enough for us to see the difference in the drawing. Now, if I select all of these elements, then I click this down arrow, I move them to the wall layer. As you can see, they are now thicker. Let me escape. But if I click this button to deactivate the line width, you can't tell the difference between the one that has a thicker line width with the one that has a lighter line width. So you see, you can use whatever option that suits for your comfort. Some people tend to turn this on when they are draw, but I normally like to turn it off. I can only turn it on when I want to verify something. Now I'm going to turn it off for the moment. To avoid all this confusion, draw in something later, you need to highlight it and move it to the right layer. Set a particular layer as the current layer before you start to draw. That way, any object that you draw, you're going straight to that layer. Now click the down arrow and make the wardrobe layer current. Go to the Home tab, Draw Panel, and click Line. Click this area and move down the cursor. Click Escape. As you can see, the line that I draw are in the wardrobe layer and with the properties of the wardrobe layer. Go to the Home tab, Modify Panel, Offset. Offset distance, enter 1 foot, 12 inches, press enter. Let's offset this line. We're going to use this line as a temporal reference line. We will erase it after we finish what we want to draw. Escape. Now let's go to the layer, click the down arrow and set the wall to current layer so that we don't have the problem that we just experienced previously. Go to the Home tab, Draw Panel, and click the line command. Click from this point, move down your mouse cursor and click. Press Escape. Erase this, select this line and hit delete on your keyboard. Go to the Home tab, Modify Panel, Offset. Enter 3 feet on your keyboard, press enter. Select the short line, move to the left and click. Go to the Home tab, Modify Panel, Trim, press enter and trim off this area. Press Escape. Now save your drawing. Our house plan is coming nicely, but we need to fix some doors, windows, and some symbol that represent our furniture in the drawing. Now let's draw the slide door first. To draw the slide door, let's change the current layer to door. Then go to the Home tab, Draw Panel, and select the line command. Now I'm going to draw reference line temporarily. Press enter, escape, and press enter again to start the line command. Press escape, press spacebar to start the line command again. Use the midpoint object snap and start another line from this point. Move. When you see the perpendicular object snap, click it once. Escape. The frame of the sliding door will be 3 inches. So enter 3 on your keyboard. Press enter. Offset this line inside 3 inches and this one 3 inches. Now select the offset command again. Enter 3 feet to find the center point of this. But I want to use another object snap so that you can also familiar with that one. Let's escape. Go to the Home tab, Draw Panel, and click the line command. Now right click and select mid between 2 points. This midpoint, this snap point work with another snap point. When you do, AutoCAD ask you for a first midpoint. Click. Then AutoCAD asks you for a second midpoint. Click here. Then AutoCAD do the calculation and divide the 2 points and start the line automatically in the midpoint of the 2 points. Click, press escape. Now, if you want to prove if this line are in the midpoint of the 2 points, go to the Utility tab and use the Measure tool. Click this point, move the mouse cursor and click. The distance is 3 feet. Select the distance option again. Click this point. Click. You see, AutoCAD do the calculation for you. Now the width of the sliding window should be 1.5 inches. Select the offset command. Enter 1.5 inches. Press enter. Select this midline. Offset it up. And select it, offset it down. Then select this, offset it right, select and offset it left. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Trim. Press Enter. Eliminate this stuff. Eliminate this. Eliminate this. This. Eliminate this. Now go to the Home tab, Draw panel, Line. Use the midpoint object snap and start another line from this place. Move to the right. When you see the perpendicular object snap, click. Press Escape once. Press the space bar to start the line command again. Start this line at the midpoint of this short line. Move to the left. When you see the perpendicular object snap, click. Escape. Now the glass should be 1/4 inch, which is 0.25. So half of 0.25 is 0.125. Select the offset command, enter 0.125, press enter. Zoom out in this area, click this line, offset off, click it and offset down. Do the same thing, offset up, offset down, press escape. Zoom in and select this middle line. Sorry, I select too much. Hold down your shift key. If you select too much, all you need to do, hold down the shift key and click again. AutoCAD will deselect that particular object. Select this one and press delete on your keyboard. Now position your mouse cursor in this area and draw the mouse wheel backward to zoom out. So let's select this vertical line, click erase. Select all of this line, use the move command, click, move the line at the midpoint of this portion. This is, we need more things to clean. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Trim. Press enter. Trim off this line, this line, this line, this line. Save your drawing. Now the slidey door has been drawn. Next, we need another door spot. We are not going to grade that doors, also windows and symbol. So all we need to do, go to the design center and get the things that we need there. But before we do, let's set the current layer to layer 0. Then hold down your control key and press the number 2 key in the alphanumeric keyboard. This will open the design center. In the design center, if your own design center doesn't look like mine, maybe you have been using it previously. So for your design center to match mine, all you need to do, click the home button. When you do, this will bring your design center in this state. Now look for the third folder, which is EN-US. Double click it and double click design center. In this window, we need to deal with 2 drawing in this area. Now look for the drawing which says home space planner.dwg and double click it. When you do, all of these are property that's associated with that drawing. But in this tutorial, we are not going to detail on design center. But if you want to know more about design center, please subscribe to my channel for upcoming tutorial. When we deal with blocks, we're going to in-depth how to access objects in the design center and how to save objects for future use. Now double click the block. You see a lot of things that you need to use in your drawing. Let's click this bed and grab it to the drawing, click and hold, drag it to the drawing, click and hold the chair, rocking, drag it to the drawing, plant, click and hold and drag it to the drawing, wooden table, click and hold and drag it to the drawing, lamp, click and hold and drag it to the, we're not going to use all of these things, but that's okay. Any object that you don't want, you can eliminate it by simply click the delete key. Computer terminal, drag it to the drawing, dining table, click and hold, drag it to the drawing. Now we need to go back in the previous window. All you need to do, click the back button. If we want to go forward, click the forward button, vice versa. Now let's go to the housedesign.dwg, double click housedesign.dwg, double click block, then click the bathtub that 26 by 60 inches, hold and drag. The door left hang 36 inches, hold and drag it to the drawing. Door right hang 36 inches, hold and drag to the drawing. Sink oval top, hold and drag to the drawing. Toilet top, hold and drag to the drawing. Window frame, hold and drag to the drawing. Closest window. Now we need to move all of these objects in the right layer. Select the dining table, wooden table, bed, chairs, and even computer terminal. As you can see, when you drag objects from the design center, because layer 0 is the current layer, the object that we drag from the design center take up to layer 0. Now select the object that you want to move and click the down arrow and select the layer where you want to move them. In this case, I'm going to move this object to furniture layer. Press escape. Now select the two doors. Click the down arrow and select doors. Escape. Select the window. Click the down arrow and select window. Escape. Select the plant. Click the down arrow and select plants. Escape. Select the bathtub. What is it? Click the down arrow. Change to plumbing. Escape. Click the save button on the quick access toolbar. Yeah, I need more things from the design center. Now hold down your control key, number 2. Use the back button. As you can see, when you use the design center, the next time you open the design center, you find the design center in the previous state that you leave it. So if you want to go back, all you need to do, click the home button. Now I'm back to the default option. Double click this design center block, then the sofa, close. Now instead of select this object, select these two objects and click the down arrow to change its properties, there is another command which name match property. What match property does is that you select the object which has the property that you want to attach to the other object. When you select the match property, then you click the destination object. The match property paints the properties of the source object to the destination object. But as you can see, there is no match properties command. So all you need to do, click this down arrow next to the quick access toolbar. All of these properties, this command can be added to the quick access toolbar. The command that has a check mark are in the quick access toolbar. Those that doesn't have a check mark in them doesn't display in the quick property toolbar. So now we need the match property, which is this one. So all you need to do, click it once. Now the match property in the quick access toolbar. Click the match property. AutoCAD asks you to select source object. This is our source object. We want the properties of this object to be to the destination object. Now AutoCAD asks you to select destination object. Click this chair and click this. As you can see, AutoCAD expects you to select more source object. Now the properties of the dining table are now in the chairs. Press escape once. Click save. Select the chair, use the move command and use the midpoint object snap. Click in this area, move this chair inside this living area, select this chair, go to the home tab, modify panel, rotate. AutoCAD asks you for a base point. Click at this back as a base point. Now activate your ortho mode on by pressing the F8 key on your keyboard. That way the rotation, the object will rotate in 90-degree increments rather than rotate freely on the screen. When you satisfy what you see, click once. Now select the same object, go to the home tab, modify panel, move. Use this as a base point to move the object. Now that the ortho mode is active, as you can see, when I want to move to the object is moved horizontally or vertically in 90-degree increments. But that is not what I want to do at the moment. So all I need to do, press the F8 again. It's a toggle button. It's deactivate the ortho mode. Now I can move the object in non-orthogonal angle. Click to place it precisely in the drawing area. If you say that, if you want to work more convenient, you can push your mouse wheel forward to zoom in. Click, then zoom out to see the remaining space so that you can position the other object. Now select, rotate command, click 90-degree, press enter, select the table, home tab, modify panel, move, grab this table and move it precisely. Select this and move. Select this, move command, and move it up a little bit. Now select the computer terminal, move, position it here, zoom in a little bit, select the computer terminal, rotate command, click as a base point, 45-degree, enter 45-degree. Now the angle is right, but the orientation is not right. Select this computer terminal, go to the home tab, modify panel, mirror. The first point of mirror line, click here. The second point of the mirror line, click here. In this case, I want to erase a source object. So enter Y on your keyboard or select the yes option. Now select the computer terminal and move it in the right location. Position it nicely in this area. Select the bed, select the move command, move this bed in this area. Select the bed, go to the home tab, modify panel, rotate, click, '90-degree, enter 90-degree for the rotation angle, press enter. Now select the toilet seat, use the copy command, home tab, modify panel, copy, select this toilet seat, paste one here, escape, zinc, home tab, modify panel, copy, click, paste one here, escape, select the plant, Home tab, modify panel, move, click the plant and position the plant in this area. Select the table, Home tab, modify panel, move, click the center of the table and position the table right in this location. Click the save button. Now let's try to position some of these objects nicely in the drawing area. Let's start from this point. Select this, then rotate. Use this corner as the base point. Move the mouse cursor down 270 degrees and click. Then now select the toilet seat again and move it to position it nicely. Select this. All right. Now let's make the plumbing layer current. But sometimes you don't need to click this down arrow and select just to change an object to a current layer. Sometimes you have so many layers, it's difficult for you to find the layer that you want to make current. But if the drawing, you know the object that are on that layer, all you need to do is select the object and click this button, make current. If you do, the layer which that object reside is automatically become the current layer. Now draw a rectangle by clicking the down arrow and select rectangle. Click at this corner, click once, go to the Home tab, modify panel, offset. The offset distance, enter 2 inches, press your space bar, click, move the mouse cursor inside, click, line command, click to this corner, now pan to this area, click the toilet seat, move, select the move command, save your drawing. Now let's position the windows and the door. Select this window, copy, paste here, paste here, paste here, paste here, escape, select this, rotate, click this as a midpoint, the rotation angle, enter 90 degrees, press enter. Now select this window again, copy, zoom in, click and paste, escape, select this window, mirror, click and click, press enter to accept the default yes. Select both of them, use the move command, use the endpoint objects now to snap at this end of the center line, paste this window here, select, move, click, paste this window here, select the 2 window, mirror, enter to accept the default yes option. Select these 2 windows, mirror, click, move vertical 90 degrees and press click 1, press enter. select this window, move, click at this point, click, zoom, extend, save your drawing. This window is 36 inches. So now I'm going to scale this window in the X direction. Control 1. The X scale is 1. So since the window 36 inches, I need 30 inches. What I'm going to do, 30 upon 36. AutoCAD will do the calculation for me. Then now, going to copy this window. As you can see, the window just fit exact. Click, escape, select the window, go to the home tab, modify panel, rotate. Select the window and snap at this point. Now I'm going to move this inside this area so that I can delete the excess item to get a better zoom. Extend, select, erase, save. Copy this door from this area to this area to this area. Press escape. This now rotate. Click here to use it as a base point and rotate this to 90 degrees. Then copy, escape, the two toilets door. Select this door, move this door to a convenient location. Select the door again, 30 upon 36. Select this door, go to the home tab, close the properties palette, go to the home tab, modify panel, copy, and copy this object. Select the door, and move it to a place. Select this door, mirror this door to the other side. Select the door, mirror the door, press enter. Click, select the excess doors, excess item, and erase them. Click the zoom extend button, Move the toilet seat so that the dog cannot encroach the toilet seats in the real world. Save the drawing. Click the down arrow and change the current layer to veranda. Pan the drawing up. Go to the Home tab, Draw panel, and select the line command. Start the line at this endpoint and click to this endpoint. Escape. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Offset. Offset distance. Accept the default of 2 inches or enter 2 inches. Select this line and offset it up. Press Escape. Click Zoom Extent. Save your drawing. Now our drawing is coming nicely, but we need to label our drawing by using the text command. But before we do, let's create one more layer so that we can have a specific layer for our text. Go to the Home tab, Layer panel, and click the Layer Properties. This will open the Layer Properties Manager. Click the New Layer button and rename it to Text. Change the text color to red. Click OK. Close the Layer Properties Manager. Go to the Set the Text Layer Current and go to the Annotate tab. Click the down arrow and select Single Line Text. The text starting point should be here. The text height should be 12 inches. The text rotation angle, let's accept the default 0 angle. Now type living. Turn up your cap lock. Living. Press enter twice. Now select living. Go to the Home tab, Modify panel, Copy. Copy living to, press the F8 key to deactivate the auto mode if it's on, and paste it to the bedroom, paste it to the veranda, paste it here, paste it here. Now press Escape once, double click the text in the bedroom and type bedroom. Veranda. WC. Press Escape. Select this text and move it to position it nicely. Click the Save button. Now we need to dimension our drawing. Again, let's change the current layer to dim. Then let's go to the Annotate tab, select linear, click and click this area, click. As you can see, the dimension is not set well. The dimension line is, there is no difference between the dimension line and the objects, the house plan, and the text is not displayed. So you need to set up the dimension. How do we do that? click this arrow named the dialog box launcher. When you click, this brings the dimension style manager. In this dimension style manager, you can create new dimension, you can modify existing one. But in this tutorial, I'm going to explain detail about dimension, but we're going to modify the standard one. But if you want to understand more about dimension, please subscribe to my channel. Click the modify button. This will open the dimension style dialog box. Let's start with this tab, primary unit. Change the unit to architectural, the precision to 1/8, the fractional format, change it to diagonal instead of horizontal. Then in the line and symbols, change to architectural stick. In the line section, change the color of the line to cyan. The extend beyond stick, change it to 3 inches. Baseline spacing, change baseline spacing to 24 inches, which is 2 feet. Extend beyond stick, change extend beyond stick to 6 inches. Offset from origin, change it to 2 feet. Fixed length, check the fixed length extension line and change its property to 2 feet 6 inches. Text, change the text style, leave the text style to standard. The text color, change it to blue. Fill color, leave it to none. Text height, change the text height to 9 inches. Fractional height, change it to 0.5. Text placement, center, vertically center, horizontal is centered. Text alignment, select align with dimension line. Click OK. OK to close the dimension style dialog box. Now go to the dimension, the annotate tab, dimension panel, and click the linear dimension. Click from this point to this point and place the dimension. Now click the continuous dimension. Click this point, click this point, click this point, click this point, press escape once. Go to the annotate tab, dimension panel, and click the linear dimension. Click from this point to this point and place. Now click this down arrow and select baseline dimension. Click this point, escape once. Select linear dimension, click here, position this, continue. Press escape once. Click this, click, linear dimension, click this area, click to place the dimension. Select the continuous command, click here, press escape once, linear dimension, click here, and place. Click the zoom extent button, click save. Now we need to plot our drawing. Click the layout tab, right click, select page setup manager, modify, select a DWG. Now in this dialog box, if you have a printer, when you click this down arrow under the plot, printer or plotter, you see the printer connected. But in this case, I don't have a printer connected, so I'm going to use a PDF print drive that comes with AutoCAD. This PDF print drive, when I plot my drawing, I can take the PDF file to any printing press house to print my drawing. Now I'm going to select, there are so many PDF print drive, but I'm going to use this one, the DWG to PDF PC3. Then I'm going to change this one from 8.5 by 11 to 11 by 8 and 8.5 inches. So I leave all the other settings as they are and click OK. Close. Then select this viewport. I'm going to select this viewport and delete it. Now change the current layer to VP. Go to the layout tab. I'm going to select the rectangle viewport. Press enter so that the viewport can fit the screen. Double click inside the viewport and move down the mouse cursor at this area. Click, select 1/8 to 1 foot. Then I'm going to plot preview. But as you can see in the quick access toolbar, the plot preview is not activated. So I'm going to click the down arrow and select plot preview. Now if I plot preview, this is my drawing. So if I satisfy with what I see, all I need to do is just right click and select the plot option. AutoCAD asks me to browse to a location where I want to save my file. I'm going to save mine on the desktop. I'm going to call this house plan, designing a 2D house plan color, because this one is colored. Save. Click this down arrow and zoom 100%. This is my drawing. But in a case where I want to use black and white, I want to print in black and white, all I need to do, I don't want to create all of this setting. I'm going to delete this layout by right clicking it and select delete. I need to confirm. Then I right click this one, I select the option move or copy, then check this box, create a copy, then highlight this one, move to the end and click OK. Now I have another copy. I'm going to rename this one to color layout. Color layout. Then I'm going to eliminate the number 1. I'm going to eliminate the number 1 key. Click. Then I'm going to rename this one black and white. black and white layout and eliminate the excess 1 and the 2 in the bracket. So now all I need to do, make this one current, right click and select Page Setup Manager, modify, and set the plot style table, and assign a plot style table to it. I'm going to click this down and select the monochrome plot style table, preview, close the preview, okay, close. Now if I preview this drawing, this time when I click the print icon back in the desktop, all I need to do to eliminate, pull this layout PDF and leave the black and white. So now if I go back to the desktop, you see the two plan. This is the black and white, this is the colored. Congratulations, you have just completed your 2D house plan. If you find this tutorial useful, please click the like button below. If you're also interested in upcoming tutorial, you want to know more details about some of the commands that we have been using in this tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. I would like to hear your comments. Thank you.